Well, we've got more breaking news for you now. Deutsche Welle has learned that a coup attempt is underway in Burkina Faso. A blast and heavy gunfire were reported near the presidential palace. State TV went off air briefly following the reported blast. Roads in the capital, Ouagadougou, are being patrolled by troops. This comes after the military seized power in a coup last January. Well, joining us as we try to build a picture of this developing story is DW's West Africa correspondent, Flourish Chukwura. Good to see you, Flourish. Now, you're joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. What do you know about this apparent coup attempt?
Well, this morning, a gunfire was heard from the presidential palace and from the headquarters of the military junta. The state broadcasting network, the TV and radio station, were also shut off and surrounded by military men. And schools as well, the schools were closed and students were asked to go to school, to go back home rather. Now, major roads as well in Burkina Faso have also been closed off by military men. All of this, of course, are telltale signs of a military coup underway, as we've seen, unfortunately, across West Africa over the past 2 years.
But the military junta took control in Burkina Faso just in January. Has there been signs since then that the battle for power in the country is not quite settled?
Well, Terry, this this event is definitely not coming out of the blues. Now, there have been signs when Lieutenant Colonel Damiba, who is the current military president of Burkina Faso, came into office. He basically promised that there was going to be security and end to Islamic terrorism because, of course, just like other countries on the Sahel, Burkina Faso is being heavily plagued by Islamic terrorists. But it seems like in recent times, the situation has even worsened. So even though when he came in, he was celebrated by even the civilians, right now there have been like lots of frustration among the people and even the military, because not only are the people feeling the heat of these Islamic terrorist attacks, the military itself is being attacked. Just on Monday, there was an attack on military troops where 11 soldiers were killed and 50 civilians missing. So this is definitely a build-up of frustrations among the military and also among civilians.
Flourish, thank you so much. Our West Africa correspondent, Flourish Chukwura in Lagos. And we can now cross to a journalist in the Burkina Faso capital, Ouagadougou. Henry Wilkins joins us. Henry, good to have you with us. Tell us about what's happening there, where you are today.
Yeah, so, I mean, as your correspondent just said, there were explosions and gunfire that was heard from the early hours of this morning. In the centre of town as well, soldiers have blockaded a large part of the town centre. Crucially, where a lot of government buildings are, the national broadcaster is there, and also the French embassy is on the street, which has been blockaded. I went down there myself earlier this morning, saw many soldiers blockading the roads, most of them wearing face masks, which is not something we usually see when we see military on the streets in Burkina Faso. The local police said they had no idea what was going on. The soldiers themselves were unable to speak to me to give any indication as to whether they were supporting the president or some other person who may be behind any coup that could be taking place. The national broadcaster RTB has been going on and off air sporadically this morning, not showing anything in relation to the possible coup that could be ongoing. Certainly, when the coup happened back in January, this was it was very much the same. The TV channel went off air for several hours, and when it came back on, it was to show soldiers who proclaimed that they had taken power. So, the situation's still very much unclear. Nobody really knows exactly whether this is a coup or not, but certainly there are many of the hallmarks are there at the moment.
Okay, a volatile situation, obviously, a possible coup. Is it clear, Henry, who's in control of the country at this point? Henry, if you can still hear us, I was just wondering if it's clear who's in control of Burkina Faso.
No. No, absolutely not. I mean, at the moment, there are rumours on social media. There's even been an audio on social media purporting to be from the organisers of the coup, saying that the president has been arrested. It's important to point out that these are very much just rumours at the moment, and absolutely nothing is confirmed. But I mean, what is conspicuous is that the president or any other national media or the Ministry of Information have not come out with any information as to what is happening, and obviously this is a very conspicuous thing at this point, since the confusion has reigned for several hours now. So I think really the next few hours are going to be crucial in us discovering exactly what is going on here.
Henry, thank you so much for filling us in there, and we hope to talk to you later in the day. That was journalist Henry Wilkins in Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso.